Hi YouTube, this is Anthony and I'm a Hong Kong collector. So today will be the part 3 on animation cells. Okay, so last time some readers actually asked me on why, what is the difference between Douga and what's the difference between Genga and how cells are produced, etc. Okay, the process is a little bit long, so I will make it a little bit short. Is that we'll start from the Genga phase. Okay, what's the Genga? Okay, Genga is actually a process which is used before the animation production. Okay, when you have the storyline and everything, and then you ask the highest ranked animator to actually draw a draft of what it appears to be inside the show, or a certain cut which we emphasize on. Like if a show is like for Sailor Moon, okay, there's some villains, okay, the show is about Sailor Moon, okay, killing, not killing, okay, attacking the villain, okay, and then make him or make her become good again, okay, something like that, okay. Then the animator will start drawing a draft and everything, and then they will produce a Genga, which we are going to see today, like this one for a certain scene. The wonderful thing that you actually collect cells is that you actually can find a certain scene, and there might be a little bit different. Why would I say so? Is because this is a Genga. Okay, a Genga is it's not the final stage of the process, so sometimes there might be certain changes which is made when the show is produced. Okay, usually for Genga, there's a lot of different markings. Okay, you can see like for Sailor Moon, you can see like Venus, Mercury, and then Jupiter, which is like a wrong spelling. Okay, and Moon and something like that. Okay, usually because it's the highest ranked animator you can possibly get during that period of time when the show is produced. So it's usually with the highest, I would say the highest quality, which is on hand draft. And then you can see Mars on the other page. Okay, usually when you see it on another sheet, it's because that there may be movement for like Mars. Okay, so then you would find that there might be like some movements. Like in here, you can see like for certainly like D2, I don't know what is it. Okay, but you can actually tell that Mars actually moved. Okay, and if you have one more, or maybe like more, you can see something else. Okay, but this one is more simpler. Okay, just a movement, okay, of Mars. Okay, but everybody sticks still, so the process is the same, and then you can see that there is other movements on the other cells. Okay, and another thing that sometimes you see like some backgrounds. Okay, some people from the background, and then you see everybody is labeled and everything. Okay, this process is usually only done in Genga. Okay, this is really high detailed, and then sometimes you have a scene of some villains. Okay, maybe like the fire, there is some movements, so you have a number of fires, okay, which shows the movement of the fire. Okay, the movement of the fire. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, and that's about what we called about Genga. Okay, so when Genga is used, usually they will give it to different animators, and then they will start drawing some drafts of some Douga. Another process of which is very important in cell animation is that because you have to have the Douga before you have to produce the cell. And what is a Douga? A Douga is a sheet that is usually used in a certain cut. It seems when I talk about like that, it seems a little bit like complicated. Okay, I would say easier. Okay, according to the Genga, usually animators will lengthen it, okay, into a longer cut so that you can see the whole movement. Like for sometimes, like for Genga, you only have like a couple of sheets, and then even if it's a flip book, okay, the movement will be very, very, I would say, not fluid. Okay, so what makes it more fluid is that you can actually make, like if there's like 5 frames, you lengthen it into like 15 frames, and then you can fast forward it like a flip book. When you have more pages, okay, it actually goes more fluid, right? Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, so Douga is the 15 scenes, okay, the 15 frames, okay, and Genga is the 5 frames. Okay, that's more easy to understand, I think. Okay, so right now what I have here is Douga. Okay, so Douga is a little bit different. You won't see any more or maybe too much too much sketching or too much coloring is because the most important thing is that they have to have the thick lines so that they can actually transfer it to the cells. Okay, that's very important. And according to what we called the cell Douga, we would then be able to make what we see on the screen is the cell themselves. Okay, so after they color everything, and then you could actually produce a cell. And if you fast forward and have like what I say, if you have 15 Dougas, then you would have 15 cells. Okay, you put it in the machine, scan it, and then fast forward, play it, you will see exactly what we see on TV. Okay, so that's the fun part. Okay, what I said earlier and emphasized a lot of times is that you can actually get the original it's not a copy, it's an original art of the animator from the animator, and it will show every single detail on the screen, and it will only show more instead of less. What I mean is that sometimes like the screen size is a little bit smaller on TV. It actually strengthens some of the details. Maybe like you lose some of the sailor's elbows or something, like it's cut off on this edge. But for Cell, you can see the whole picture. Okay, even some of the missing things that you can't see on the screen. So that's what we make collecting cells very, very special, is that sometimes you can see something that is not on the screen, okay, due to some limitations or still due to some corrections. Okay, that's what makes cells fun to collect. Okay, so just to make it short, okay, you have the script, you have the storyline, a rough storyline, you have the rough sketch drawn by the animator, the high rank animator, and then he would produce a Genga, and then it would pass to the other animators to draw the Dougas, combine everything together, and then use the Douga to make the cells, and then the cells into the machine, scan it, and then it makes a show, and then if everything is successful, the studio dump the cell. Okay, so as I said before, cells are really limited because 90% of the cells is actually dumped from the studio. Okay, because it wastes a lot of space. They don't have so much space. Okay, it's in Japan, it's not in Canada, it's not in America. You don't have a house to put everything inside. The place is very small, and most importantly is that even during one particular time, okay, there might be like numerous animations in the process. Okay, so it's impossible to keep everything. That's also why that most of the collectibles that we collect nowadays is dumped in the trash and everything. And most importantly, which makes it very special, is that cells, if it is not in the best condition or best protections, it will completely destroy themselves. Okay, so you won't be able to maybe find some very perfect cells in the trash, okay, or maybe in the landfill. Okay, it's impossible. Okay, so this is also very special, is that it is impossible to get something in good shape if it's dumped. Okay, so keep the cells in the best conditions and don't waste them, and they will be a price of gold later on. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about today. So if you like it, if you want to share it to your buddies and everything, okay, just share it, subscribe me, okay, and I will keep on talking about it. If you have any questions, leave it on the comment below, and then I will answer it, or even I may even, okay, get a video, taped it just for you, okay, just to explain some theories, which will be more easier if I do it in recording or do it in YouTube. Okay, so if you understand Chinese, okay, you can also read, also watch my other YouTube videos. I've actually done a dozen, okay, on CEL, on different condition and everything. Okay, you can just read it. Okay, so that's all for today. If you like it, please like, share, subscribe. Okay, see you next time. Bye.